respect, it is not something I ask for. It's something you will give me.
As a trans woman, it is extremely disrespectful to say, oh, excuse me, sir. You are a leader. You should be ashamed of yourself. Watch your back.
It might have been on purpose.
But it might not have been.
But it might not have been.
And either way, you're just like threatening this boss. You're like, I will not tolerate this. For me, it's an instant termination.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Brad. He's Clark. Welcome back to Normal Gaze, where we take on insanity.
I'm back from vacation. No
How
more
was it?
family
Restful?
drama. No, not at all. I had drama with pretty much every single one of my family members, but none of it was my fault, and they were all the ones that were wrong.
Oh, literally none of it was his fault. I'm
No.
sure I totally believe that.
Actually, I'm more of like the mediator with them.
I'm sorry. If your family is having you as a mediator, they're
Yeah, well,
like they're cooked.
Again, those that can't do teach, and I teach very well. But-
Alrighty.
Correct.
Explains
Just this
a lot.
perfect, specimen of great ideas.
Mm.
We're starting off strong. What are we talking about today?
Anyway, it's been a little while since we did a misgendering meltdown. And this one
Has
I like.
it? I feel like we've done one in the last
Me
week.
when I gaslight the
Yeah, I'm
audience,
like,
right?
It's been a long time, as in 3 days.
Oh, by the way, next week, I'm gonna have us do some more Lilly content. Did you ever want to hear Lilly Tino's take on the United States Constitution?
Oh my God. We need to do that today.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, first we're gonna watch this corporate trans girly.
Okay.
Her name's Harley Lynn Baker, and she posted a video about getting fired, ? From her manager at a Fortune 500 company. Here's the text of the caption. I got intentionally misgendered and targeted by a manager at my Fortune 500 company. Transgender people need protections as a deeply marginalized group, not disrespect from someone who's supposed to be a leader. My company better make their next move very carefully. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to use my voice and freedom of speech to stand up for myself and any trans folk in my company employing over 100,000 people. Demand respect. It is not something I ask for. It's something you will give me. Just before we watch the actual video,
I already smell some hypocrisy.
does it sound like she might be the problem?
I find it ironic that she's bringing up using her freedom of speech while being mad at somebody else for using theirs.
Freedom of association and freedom of speech, yes.
Yeah, because I guess she got misgendered.
But like not even really, as you'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, let's listen.
Might I add? And I am going to go to my personal and private social media, which is just between me and my thousands of followers and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. Because as a trans woman, it is extremely disrespectful to, in passing, say, oh, excuse me, sir. You are a leader. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's weird, quite simply put. Politics is nothing that should be involved into the workplace. My existence, unfortunately, is made political. And I did correct him and said, sir, excuse you. Mind you, a manager. And I did reach out to the senior director and to the senior HR manager because disrespect is not tolerable. You simply could have said nothing or said, excuse me. Yeah, watch your back.
I don't know. It might have been on purpose.
But it might not have been. And either way, you're just like threatening this boss. You're like, I will not tolerate this.
I mean, the thing is like, even if it is on purpose, I feel like if this was like towards gay people and I was in one of those things, obviously I'd be pressed about it, but you just don't handle it that way.
No.
At all. You can go and you can like say something to the supervisors or whatever, or you can, I wouldn't even make a post about it. It's just like you can rectify these situations without looking absolutely psychotic in doing so. Maybe.
Correct.
I don't know. That's just a crazy woke take from me, even if the guy
Wow, how dare
misgendered
you
them.
expect respectability
That's what I'm
politics?
saying. Like, it's just so crazy. This is not helping trans people get
Imagine you have like a minor altercation or conflict at work. And so your instant response is to go on your social media and make a video blasting someone higher up at your company,
right,
and vaguely threatening language about what will and won't be tolerated. For me, it's an instant termination.
Yeah.
Why
wouldn't
because
it be?
you were upset about someone saying, excuse me, sir, which probably wasn't even intentional. But regardless, we could, if that was an issue, we could talk about it in the workplace, right? Like, how could we avoid this issue?
Right.
But if your instant solution is to run in virtue signal, like I hope the follower or the views on that one video were worth it, because
that's what it was about. Clearly.
In jeopardizing a job.
Yeah. I mean, and it sucks that if you're trans or if you're gay, that you're gonna be put in these situations. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that he misgendered her on purpose because it's a superior. You know that the person's trans that you're following. Like, it might have been a mistake, like, whatever. But even in those situations, if you are trans, unfortunately, you do represent the whole community, and you kinda have to put in the work to be a good representation of said community, even if the other person is in the wrong. So, like, I don't know, go to HR, sit down with your superior, have a conversation about it, and then rectify the situation. Getting on social media and complaining about somebody misgendering you is not helping anyone, including yourself.
And I love the drama and the flair of it all. And
Yeah.
I went and looked at this person's other posts, and it's just like weird to actually have the kinds of very sexually provocative posts that are public that this person posts. Like, this person just posted about like glazing twinks.
Oh,
And I'm like, I'm not sure, regardless, trans or not, it's like, I'm not sure I would want my employee at mind you, a Fortune
a Fortune
500
500
company.
where you get on social media and you're talking about, oh, no. In so many different ways. First of all, because it's twinks.
Oh my God.
Second of all, because it's glazing, all of which are inappropriate.
Who's going to win Love Island USA Season 8? Honestly, I have no clue. I haven't really been watching the show, just following the controversies online, but you might have a guess. So you should check out the odds from our channel partners at Kalshi, where people seem to think that there is a 74% chance that Trinity and Bryce will ultimately be the winning couple for Love Island USA Season 8. Well, there's a 20% chance that Anya and Carl will win the big show, and Kata and Zach are in there with a 5% chance as well. Kalshi is really where everything interesting is unfolding in real time. It's the first CFTC regulated exchange dedicated to trading on the outcome of future events. And if you want to check it out today, you can use code BRADP or the link in the description to get $20 free when you trade $20 now. Now back to the show. Anyway, I love this comment. Also, lawyer possibly, question mark? That sounds like an unsafe workplace / harassment. It's like you bump in the hall and you're like, excuse me, sir. Oh, unsafe!
Yeah, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. He might not have done it on purpose.
I don't think it was. Though I think it's not actually that
He
relevant.
probably looks at this person as a man.
In his head, for sure.
And then routinely goes out of his way to accommodate the fact that they're trans. But if you just bump it, oh, excuse me,
It's
sir.
just like, yeah.
It's just like immediate. And you know what?
And right, and it's not even like she describes some repeated pattern
No.
of conflict.
It was
It's
one
like
instance.
a one-off incident. At some point, you might just have to build a bridge and get over it and not, okay, like, why are you so fragile and so thin-skinned about this stuff?
I've always said from the jump, and this is this isn't a MAGA opinion, but people will label me MAGA. Any type of set of ideas that requires you to be this susceptible to other people's behavior for your own mental health is not a good set of ideas to follow. So I take huge issue with like therapists or trans people running around saying, you must gender me correctly. You must do this. Yes, on an individual level, I will gender you correctly, but there is a problem with the fact that everything you do is based off of other people's validation. Like, if your mental health can be destroyed by one person being mean to you, regardless of what they say, whether it has to do with you being trans or they're calling you a twink, then you have to.
Yeah, you did crash out about someone calling you a twink.
Yeah, but that was more for entertainment purposes only.
You didn't really.
No, my mental health is fine. But like,
well,
you need
not just because
not
of
in
that, it's fine. It's not
because
fine
of
in
that.
general.
Other reasons it's not. But you need to reevaluate your mental well-being and take some responsibility for it. That's my non-woke opinion.
Okay, you convinced me. We're gonna do the Lilly Tino one in this as well.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna play Lilly Tino's.
We need the money.
Oh yeah, those bills be due.
Yeah, I mean,
now I can put her in the thumbnail. Not
we
be
did actually
clickbaiting.
make good money last month, surprisingly.
Because our memberships, guys, become a channel member.
Yeah,
we're doing 2 regular members only videos. We're taking voicemail. Send us a voicemail. Tell us a crazy. Oh my God, the voicemail from the last one, the poop confession.
Oh my God,
I have never freaked out like that more than that unexpected.
One of our normies.
Don't tell them anything.
Oh, okay.
You gotta pay up. Become and go watch.
All I know is some of you guys are going through some shit.
Oh.
No pun intended, but pun intended.
Check your boyfriend's phones.
Yeah.
Anyway, become a member. We do 2 members only videos, episodes of the podcast. One that's bad therapy. One is us taking your voicemails. And then we do a weekly members only video. This week, I think we're going to do a dive into a new non-binary TikTok beggar that has emerged and is collaborating with Leanna.
What did we name Leanna? Did we name her anything?
Chin hair.
Chin hair.
Chin
Chinny
hair.
chin chin chin.
Anyway, let me upload this Lilly video. It's literally the "It's ma'am" meme in the first one. No.
Oh.
Where it's like, "Don't say excuse me, sir." Do you remember that GameStop meltdown?
It's ma'am.
That went viral those years ago?
That was like the cause of all anti-trans rhetoric, that video right there.
It's like that broke the dam, and we were like, wait a second. Some of these people are not okay.
I bet you that was Lilly Tino's inspo. Because that's around the time that she started posting.
Oh, God. Here we go. Lilly Tino time. Contain your erections.
Thou shalt be cool with whichever bathroom a trans person doth choose. If thou hast an issue with it, it is at thine own peril. For trans people...
At thy own peril?
I have no idea what she's saying.
Why, you're just too distracted by the wig?
Well, a little bit, yeah. And also it's skipping. But like
she's pretending to read the Constitution if it was written by trans people, and it was like, thou trans people shall use whatever bathroom they want.
So it's kind of like the airplane video that she did.
All these, it's all the same.
It's just, all like, if you misgender someone, you're going to be ejected from the airplane. It's like, thank God.
If I was strapped on an airplane with Lilly, I'd like to be ejected.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say about this is, I'm convinced Lilly makes these skits just repurposing the costumes that she's purchasing for the OF.
We should do it. No.
What?
I was going to say we should do a check-in to see.
On the OF?
On the OF.
We watched Lilly Tino's OF, again.
And we watched it again. We would look really bad doing that.
Then we're never beating the
But I'm curious, like, what is Lilly,
allegations.
like, what is her niche on there? Like, is she just still posting, like, Velma? Or
My Big Clue
laying there like a all right, I'm done. I don't want to imagine.
All right, let's keep listening.
Harbor no ill intentions towards you. And if thou must fear something, perhaps instead fear cisgendered men. Article 2. Thou shalt not misgender or misname a trans person, for it is unkind. If thou must be unkind, direct it towards the monarchy, or perhaps J.K. Rowling. Article 3. Affirming care for one's gender will be protected with the utmost care, for it is life-saving. Adults and children will have access to it, for denying a trans child healthcare is, quote, loser behavior. Article 4. Trans people shall participate in the gendered sport of their choosing. Be not afraid of unfair advantages, for have you seen most trans women? We are computer programmers and DJs, not Olympians. Plus, the few trans athletes there are lose all the time. You just don't hear about it because it's not a grabby headline. So maybe take a sip of water, calm down, and focus on something more important, like wealth inequality, or the rise of fascism, or... Wow, they really wrote all of this down, didn't they?
Girl, fascism rose because of you.
Yeah, like, you're the main reason as to why people are right-wing in this country. If you have a TikTok account and you went from being like moderate Republican to like very anti-trans, I promise you Lilly Tino is the reason why. That's it. Yeah. Clarkistan, that'll be the first country we go to war with.
Is what? Whatever the
that is, we're going to war. Like, full on.
I love this. Like, actually, you should be mad at J.K. Rowling. And no.
J.K. Rowling can come to Clarkistan for asylum.
Oh.
She can claim asylum there.
And bring all her wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Wealthy people will be welcome. There won't be a wealth tax.
Yep. And then they're going to worrying about wealth inequality. In Clarkistan, everybody's going to be rich because people are actually going to want to live there instead of living in a fictional country where everything revolves around trans people.
I just feel that, I mean, we could go through, we've given all the talking points about all these issues.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there's not evidence that this is life-saving for children.
Yeah.
Anything, that's totally ridiculous.
Also, like the women's sports issue, yes, there's not a lot of trans people. Yes, it's being made into a really big deal, but that doesn't mean that it
doesn't change the fact that you're wrong.
The fact that you're wrong. Yeah. And that if somebody places 5th place, they're still taking a spot away from another woman. Or like Leah Thomas had a spot on a swim team that could have went to another swimmer that was a biological woman. So like there's still spots being taken. It's just, it might not be the number one spot.
Yeah.
So the point.
And I love the point is like, look at most of us trans women. We're not athletic. And it's like, okay, that's irrelevant.
That
It's
doesn't
like,
matter. Most people aren't athletic. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I find it very trite and tiresome, and Lilly just doesn't care about trans people at all. First off, Lilly is not trans.
No.
Lilly is a fetishist male, obviously.
Autogynephile, for
And
sure.
doesn't care about just like making trans people all look ridiculous and freakish. And
I still can't believe that she made a video last year saying she was done. I
Yeah.
remember her specifically saying,
And she's
I
like,
was
and
going about it the wrong way.
he
and
said
blah,
he's
blah, blah.
gonna come back to content and go about it differently, and then it's the
It's
same
same content.
the same
The
exact
picture at Disney World happened after he or she already said that she was going to change her content. So it's like there was no it reminds me of like a toxic like ex that just like says they're going to do
It'll be
one
different
thing.
this time.
It'll be different this time. Or no, I didn't mean
Narrator.
it that way. And
It wasn't different this
never
time.
is.
And also the like
It's like sincere on Love Island.
the disagree with me at your peril is giving toxic as well.
I'm actually curious as to what will happen in that country.
Explain that one for us. It's also hilarious to be doing a Constitution skit and then lots of the things you're saying are like anti-Constitution.
Correct.
You will use the preferred pronoun. It's like, what? Hold on. First Amendment, actually, I don't have to.
There's no freedom of speech at all.
In what would Lily's country's nickname be? Hell on Earth?
Just hell. I'm trying to think. What's the like Jew curl called?
Jerry curl.
Is that what it's called? A Jerry curl?
I think.
It's something having to do with the curls. I don't know. I'm gonna think of it and I'll get back to you. You guys leave a thing in the comments on what you think her country should be called.
Bricklandia.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's enough of Lilly. I don't want to get too aroused in this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in here on Normal Gaze. We'll be back with more. Do become a channel member if you haven't yet. Also go rate us on Spotify. That's linked in the description.
And Brad is sick, so thank him for recording when he's sick.
Yeah, well, just upset stomach, but yeah.
Upset stomach diarrhea.
I don't
know what that's from?
No, I don't.
Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with more real soon.